Well, just hoping to that I got your question right. So what's going on here is either Spring or ejb. The thing is that this is like a these are like native calls, right? Like from a Java client to a Java service. So this is being done through RMI. Okay, remoting, right? So hence one is needing a client package, a jar, for the ejb to be on this osb side. So even with Spring, if I got your question right, if with Spring, if you are doing remoting, then again it's the same story. Okay, even though Spring Pojo remoting is not as ejb, but still it uses RMI behind the screen.
Right, also, and you can also call the beam, right? So it's using Spring, you're only calling the beam, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So the same thing. So if you given the two choices, right? So versus OSP, which one you use?
What are my two choices again?
So or the OSP, right? So read versus OSP.
I mean, I don't know if that's the right comparison in the sense that OSB is an external, is a layer around SOA, right? I mean, they are like totally for two different purposes.
Okay.
Because if you are doing Spring invocation in SOA directly rather than going to OSB, then maybe you are doing that directly because maybe that Spring service is not like an enterprise service that it needs to be exposed in OSB domain, right? But instead, if it's a cross-cutting service that and it's an enterprise level service, then yeah, it will be exposed in OSB, and then SOA will go through OSB and accessing that. Okay.
But we are actually making one extra call, right? In that case.
Yeah, I mean, we may be making one extra call, but the thing is like, but the principles, driving what gets exposed in OSP versus what you directly access from SOA are totally different, and the advantages that you get out of that is nothing in comparison to that one extra call that you make.
Yeah, actually, I get the point of doing it making the services indirectly and then continuing the connection, right? So I get that point. Just asking.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. But the other thing is like, the moment we are introducing indirection, then we are automatically introducing one extra call, right? And that's why, let's say when when let's say if you all you are doing is to creating an indirection, right, and not doing any mediation, then they recommend that you use that option of inbound to outbound, right, when doing the routing. So what that means is like, the call will like just pass through OSB, and OSB would not do anything to the data. So that yeah. Yeah, so when you use that option like outbound to inbound, that would mean that way OSB is not doing any extra work that is like adding up to the execution time. Okay. So all right. So we were here. Okay. So we already executed this one, right? This and okay. So now the ejb is exposed as a SOAP-based service, and it's available for anyone to access. Okay, that done. Uh, and so as part of this lab, we downloaded that visual and exposed that, right? Moving on. Well, see, guys, there are like two more, few more scenarios that I wanted to kind of, include in this session. I was kind of rushing into it, and I was getting some silly errors. Like I was getting like we just saw. At least I wanted to discuss that out, and I want you guys to try it out. At least for me to demonstrate that, I was getting a small error, but you should be able to try it out. And if you get the same error, we can discuss it. But nonetheless, it's a very simple thing. Now, see, uh, in that one method, what we were writing was just a simple string, right? Now you can have a method which is returning little more complex type data, maybe a POJO object, right? When you return a POJO object, then um, it is automatically translated into that XML format of the object name and all the properties listed in the message. Okay, but that's one scenario you want to try out, and then see how the response message like looks like. Then the other scenario is like, what if that method is like returning a collection? How does the response like looks like? Um, that's why I created like a couple of other methods to kind of show that, but for some reason I was getting some silly error. Say get jobs. I hear this returns a typed collection. What is a typed collection? Where what the type of objects that are in the collection are like explicitly declared, right? uh, when a typed collection is like sent across, then then that even that yeah, data is like properly translated into XML by OSB. Okay, but let's say if you are sending, if a method is returning a collection which is not typed, okay, then it will have problems, translating that. Okay, so these are like couple of scenarios, and they take like different routes. But when I was trying to do this, I was getting some silly error. Oh, not this time. Well, I think I still got an error. Unknown Java type job. Job is just a simple POJO class, and for some reason it just keeps saying unknown Java type. So a method, when I call that method, it returns a Java object, a collection which is filled with job instances, right? And then it should like properly translate that into XML. Okay, for some reason it's not doing that. Maybe some silly error somewhere. But other than that, so I will show you the code for that. That way, web service ejb. So this is the job class. Okay, see job class implements serializable. There are like two parameters, ID name, and yeah, it's just a very simple class. Okay, and then this was the job service bean, right? This class, we originally just had this method, so I added this method, get jobs, right? What this is doing, get jobs is returning a list of a list of jobs, and this list is a typed list. See, the type of object that's going into that list is already explicitly declared. So essentially, when I'm getting this, it should automatically like translate this